Today, we're going over 5 urban legends from 5 different states, and a couple of them are really creepy, a couple of them I grew up knowing about personally. But before we begin, if you like this content, this kind of spooky and paranormal, make sure to like this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. North Carolina, the beast of Bladenboro. If you ever walk in the woods of Bladen County at night, you're not alone, because since 1950, people have reported seeing a creature so violent that the town had to organize armed patrols to hunt it. It's called the Beast of Bladenboro, a huge panther-like creature with glowing eyes, capable of dragging full-grown livestock and supposedly people into the woods without leaving a sound. For weeks, residents woke up to drained animals, not just killed, but left completely bloodless. One family said they heard a scratch outside of their home, followed by heavy breathing at their bedroom window. When police tracked the prints, they found claw marks too deep and too far apart to be any known animal, and the prints were huge. And when they tried to corner it, it vanished, leaving only a trail of crushed brush, like something massive had pushed through it. Locals say it's still roaming the swamps, and if you hear branches snapping behind you while you're out there, you aren't the only one doing the hunting. Now, I grew up about 15 minutes away from Bladen County, and I heard this story growing up so many times as a kid. People said it was a cat, people said it was a bear, people said it was like some big Mothman creature type deal, cryptid, whatever you want to call it. But the truth is, it's pretty fucking scary, and there are several eyewitnesses, there are several reports about it, and they all say the same thing. It does not look like a human or an animal could have done what this creature did. Number 2, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp in South Carolina. In the late 1980s, Bishopville residents started seeing something impossible. A 7-foot reptilian humanoid crawling out of Scape Ore Swamp. Thick green scales, glowing red eyes, and claws that could shred through metal. One night, a teenager named Christopher Davis said his car broke down on a back road. When he stepped out to check his tire, something stood up from the ditch. It didn't stand up and walk. It didn't stand up and run, but instead it sprinted at him on 2 legs, slamming into the car as he drove off. Police later found claw marks all over the roof of the car, and the side mirror ripped clean off the frame. More sightings of this creature then started to follow. Livestock was mutilated, cars were destroyed, there were footprints that were left that no human or animal could make. Locals say that the Lizard Man still lurks in the swamp, and if your engine dies on that road at night, don't look towards the tree line. The Bunny Man Bridge, Virginia. Ask anyone around Fairfax County and they'll tell you the same thing. Don't go near the Bunny Man Bridge after midnight. The legend started in the 1970s when people began reporting a man in a dirty rabbit costume wielding an axe, attacking cars, slashing windows, and screaming that the land belonged to him. One couple claimed he jumped under the car roof as they drove under the bridge, smashing the windshield with something heavy. But the creepiest part? Every Halloween, locals find fresh animal carcasses hung beneath the bridge, skinned, posed, and always arranged in a perfect circle. Police have never caught him, never identified him, and never explained the ritualistic displays. But some say that it is a man that was an escaped convict back in the 1970s who got out when the bus turned over and now has stayed in that area. But whatever it is, it waits for you under that bridge. Tennessee, the White Screamer of White Bluff. In a quiet town outside of Nashville, families swear the woods hold something ancient and angry. They call it the White Screamer, a ghost white humanoid creature that shrieks so loudly that people from miles away hear it. The story goes that a family built a cabin in the 1800s only to be tormented every night by bone-shaking screams echoing through the trees. One night, the screams came from inside of the house. When the father ran in to check his children's room, every one of them was gone, the windows open and footprints leading off into the woods. Of course, the father, not knowing what's going on, decided to follow the trail, and he found them in a clearing, huddled together, terrified, staring at something pale and tall standing behind him. The father's scream was the last sound anyone heard from the entire family. Today, hikers still report hearing that same piercing cry, and locals say if you hear the White Screamer, it's already too late. Georgia, the ghost of Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is one of the most haunted places in all of America, and it's for a good reason. Entire towns, homes, graveyards, churches were flooded out to create this lake. Some bodies were moved, and others weren't. Ever since then, swimmers have reported hands grabbing their ankles from below. Boaters say that they see figures standing out on the water at night, not floating, but standing up on the water. One story tells of the Lady in Blue, a woman who drowned in a car accident and supposedly walks the shoreline, soaking wet, searching for her missing companion. Divers describe feeling something brushing against them when they're deep underwater, and seeing intact buildings, cemetery fences, and even coffins right below the surface. Over 700 people have died in Lake Lanier, and locals swear that the lake wants more. Well, that's it for today's video. If you like the content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and comment down below what states you want me to do next.